Okay, welcome back in. I'm now going to continue my 32 and 32 with the Calgary Flames. Last year, they finished with a record of 38, 39, and 5. They had 81 points on the season. At home, they were 21, 19, and 1, which isn't too terrible. And on the road, they were 17, 20, and 4. So roughly 500 when it came to away and home records. For the Flames, that was 2 straight seasons and 3 out of the past 4 years that they did not make the playoffs. They would finish with the 9th worst record in the league. Therefore, they would have the 9th pick in this last year, or just in this year's draft. They would go ahead and get defenseman Zane Perrick out of Saginaw, which is in the OHL. So I'm sure he'll have a great future, just like all the other guys that were drafted before and after him. So we'll take a look at the roster and see who's still there, who's been traded away, or who has signed with another team. So looking at the forward group, Michael Backlund, their captain, he did have his contract run out this past season, but he has re-signed on a 2-year, $4.5 million, so he's guaranteed to be in Calgary for 2 more seasons. Parker Bell is a member of the Flames, as is Clark Bishop and Lucas Siciona. Blake Coleman has 3 years left to go on his contract. Mac Coronado has a year left to go on his deal. Dylan Dubé, I think, has left because his name is not on this list. Walker Dewar has a year left to go on his contract. They have signed Martin Furk. They have also gotten Matvey Gryden, Samuel Honzek as well. AJ Greer is not on the list, so I don't think he has come back. Jonathan Huberdeau has 7 years left to go on his deal. And I'm going to say this right now, that's a very bad contract for how inconsistent Huberdeau has been and how his play has dropped off since he's been traded from Florida to the Flames. It's just a lot of money to be paying a guy who's, in my opinion, not that consistent. Dryden Hunt has a year left to go on his contract. Nazem Kadri has 5 years left to go on his deal, and obviously his play has also gone down since leaving Colorado. I'll get to my prediction for this team moving forward, but those are 2 really not great contracts, and I'm sure those are 2 guys who, if they had the choice, I'm sure they would have rethought their whole signing and trade. Andrew Kuzmenko is still there, but before I continue with that, Rory Kersons is a member, Justin Kirkland, and Adam Klapka are all members of the Calgary Flames. And Kuzmenko is coming into the last year of his deal since being traded from the Vancouver Canucks. Ryan Lomberg, who played for the Florida Panthers, has been brought back to Calgary. I'm pretty sure he was drafted by the Flames, got traded to Florida, and now he's back in Calgary. Calgary's also signed Anthony Mantha, which is huge. I didn't think they were going to land him. Andrew Mangiapane, I believe, has been traded away because his name is not on this list. They have signed Sam Morton. Ilya Nikoliev is also a member there. Martin Postbel, his contract did expire, but he has signed a 2-year, $1 million contract, so he's coming back. Kevin Rooney, his contract expired, but again, he also re-signed on a 1-year, $1.3 deal. Igor Sharangovich is coming to the last year of his contract, so we'll see if he's a member of the Flames moving forward, if they get him re-signed, or if they possibly trade him by the trade deadline. William Stromgren, is a member of the Flames, and last but not least, Connor Zary has a year left to go on his deal, just like many others. On the defensive side of things, Rasmus Andersson has 2 years left to go on his contract. They have Jonathan Asperot. They have Kevin Ball. He was traded from New Jersey, and I'll get into who he was traded for. Jake Bean, I believe he played for Columbus, is now a member of the Calgary Flames. Hunter Breshowitz, Artem Grishnikov are members of the Flames as well. Dennis Gilbert, I don't believe, has come back. John Hanley has re-signed with the Flames. They also have Joni Jermo. I don't think Shillington is coming back as he does not appear to be on this list, but Yan Kuznetsov is there. After him, you have Daniel Miramanov. He was traded last year for Noah Hannafin from the Vegas Golden Knights, and he has also re-signed a 2-year, $1.25 million deal. They have Etienne Morin, Brandon Patchell. He's there. I don't think Okachuk or Hotyuk is there, but there's Brandon Patchell. He also came over with Mironov in that trade for Hanifin this past year. Jared Tenorti. Oh, sorry, I should say that before I get to him, they have Zane Parik, Jermaine Poirier, and Ilya Solyev as well. Jared Tenorti, who I believe played for Arizona last year, is now a member of the Flames. And last but not least, Mackenzie Weegar has 7 years left to go on his contract. The goaltending situations. They do have Devin Cooley, who I think played for Arizona as well. They have Watchery Ikinakju, if I said that name correctly. I'm not 100% certain. Dan Vladar has a year left to go on his contract, and Dustin Wolf, I believe, has been re-signed. Jacob Markstrom has been traded to the New Jersey Devils for Kevin Ball, which I previously mentioned on defense. So for the Flames, for this year, I don't see them making the playoffs. I think they are definitely in a retool or rebuild, whatever you want to call it. They have a lot of bad contracts, the Huberto one, which I previously mentioned. And now that they got rid of Markstrom, who was clearly their number one guy, they are definitely moving into, like I said, a retool area, which is unfortunate because they were so successful just 2 years ago when they won the Pacific and won the first round against Dallas. And then unfortunately they got bounced by Edmonton in round number 2. And ever since then, they have not been the same. Like I said, 2 straight seasons without making the playoffs. And I think it's definitely going to be 3 years. I'd be very shocked if Calgary took a step forward. Like I said, considering how inconsistent they had been the last 2 seasons, they have a lot to prove to me, and I'm sure a lot of people, if they want to be competitive in that Pacific division. But like I say, with any video that I do Pacific teams, there's just a lot of teams that are better than the Flames. And I can name, like I said, at least 4, maybe even 5 teams that are ahead of the Flames, in my opinion, when it comes to the standings by the end of the season. Alrighty, that takes care of my preview for the Calgary Flames for this upcoming 2024-25 campaign. As always, if you're new to this channel and you like this type of content, feel free to hit the sub button. I'd be very grateful and very appreciative. Until next time, and as always, take care.